Sirui tripod, one-step system with fluid head for $8.99. Don't mind if I do. Well, all right. Hey y'all, Caleb the camera guy here. I'm back with a new video. It's been a while since I made one, and if you've been around, you probably noticed that I chopped all my hair off. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for popping in. Today, we're here to talk about the new Sirui SVS75. Now, I will say that I've seen this thing all over Instagram, YouTube, and just conventions and everything, and they were actually going to release the SVT75, and I'm not sure what happened, but that tripod actually had the one-step latching system where it latches down at the top. So I was kind of surprised and confused when I went to go buy this thing. They didn't have that version on their website at all, and I think that might have to do with maybe some patenting or I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to have their own style. There's a couple other tripods that are one step like this that do latch down like that. So maybe they just wanted to stand out and have their own version. I will say, I think this version is actually better because instead of a latch, if you're lifting this up, you're having to latch and then latch back down. But when you're holding the tripod, I mean, you can grab the legs like this. You're already holding the legs. And so if you can just release it like that and then retighten right here, instead of having to lift, unlatch, and then latch again, you're already gripped onto these legs. So if you want to go down, it makes it really easy to just grab the leg and twist and then lock and unlock and all that. So I will say this new system, in my opinion, is nicer because of that feature. The one downside I see to this is because it is a twist, they have these rubber grips on here, and just like on your camera lenses or anything else, over time from twisting these and untwisting these rubber grips will get kind of loose. But I mean, I don't know how long that'll take, and the rest of this tripod is stout. So right off the bat, I'll just say that this thing weighs a lot. I'll put the specs on the screen. I don't know the exact numbers, but with that heftiness comes a lot of durability and stability within the tripod itself. And so today I'm going to talk about this tripod and also why you might want this tripod versus some other tripods out there, and kind of what kind of scenarios you would need a tripod like this, because this tripod is not for everybody. This tripod is definitely for videographers. You don't need this as a photographer. And even for videographers, if you're a run and gun type person and that's all you do, then you might not need this tripod. I found myself needing this tripod for the fluid head capabilities and the stability, but also for the convenience and the ease of use. For me, on set, sitting there and trying to fiddle with a tripod and individually lock each leg and unlock each leg, and if there's multiple things to lock and unlock, all that time spent, especially if you're in front of a client, you're about to do an interview, it just looks not very good. And so for me, the ability to do this all on my own quickly is a huge plus. So the fluid head is a 75 bowl, and I mean, this thing is super smooth. There's a lot of resistance in there. And the fact that this tripod is so stout, even with all that resistance and no camera on top, it can hold its weight and it's not pushing the tripod around too much. They have over here on the side, they have a dial to increase the pressure of the fluid, so you can go up or down if you want to move those pans faster. Same thing with the tilt. They have a tilt fluid. You can tighten this down or loosen it, and you can control that faster or slower. They have a 7-point counterbalance system, so when you load up your camera and you get a really heavy camera gear on here, let me go ahead and toss the camera up here. Another great thing about this is the quick latch. Drop it, set it down, and then lock the side over here. I mean, just like that, I'm done. If I have to mess with this other tripod, this is another Sirui tripod, but I'll just go to show you if you're taking this thing out. On this one, you have to undo this, push a button on the side, and then pull the place and release it that way, sliding it in. When you have your rig set on top of this tiny little plate, you can't really see it. And you gotta like get down here and fiddle with it, and sometimes it doesn't go in smoothly, and then you lock it. With this, I mean, it's grab and go. I mean, I can't believe how easy this is, and I don't know why this isn't on every tripod, but I mean, it's just like that. It's super fast. So the difference between this tripod and this tripod, I think I got this Sirui tripod for 200, I don't know, 300 bucks. I can't really remember at the moment, but this one here is set at just about 900 bucks. And for a legit video tripod like this, heavy duty, these arms extend, so you can put these out as much as you want or take them all the way in. For all this, in a legit video tripod, that is extremely good cost. Another comparison of why you would want this instead of this guy. So this tripod, see how long this takes? Okay, this is as high as this tripod goes. And I've been in a lot of situations where I'm doing like a stand-up interview or something, and I have a really tall person, and this just doesn't cut it. It's not tall enough. So I either have to take the camera off and shoulder mount it, which isn't much higher, or I have to try to hold it up here like this. And I'm just sitting there waiting for my arms to give out for long stand-up interviews that last, you know, however long, 10 minutes or so. So you have a height restriction on this tripod, as well as this middle stabilizer here doesn't detach. So I can only go as low as the tripod goes. I can't push the legs out. Let's talk about these tripods. So this is your traditional photo tripod. I would only use this if I'm just setting a shot and leaving it, because you have no ability to pan or tilt with this smoothly. Otherwise, it's just a nightmare. You're trying to work off of this bolt head, and it's not smooth at all. So if you're gonna just set a camera down and leave it, this works fine. Sure, it's lightweight. You can take it just about anywhere. It does get pretty tall, but another downside of this is when you're setting a shot on this ball head, if you have a lot of weight like a camera like this, you might go and adjust the ball head and tighten it down, but the camera's gonna start leaning down. It's never gonna lock in exactly where you want it. You have to sit there and fiddle with it for a long time. And I've had that in front of some interviews too, where I have a long lens, like even just a camera body and an 80mm lens, and I'm setting it on there, and I'll set it, and then it'll start tilting down. And then I go back, loosen the knob, lift it up a little bit, crank it down, set it, and then it'll start tilting down. I've gotten away with doing productions on this tripod and this other $200 Sirui tripod for years now. I'm not saying that you can't make great videos with this. I've made tons of great videos with just this gear. And as they say, you know, it's not about how expensive of gear you have, getting the newest gear and all that stuff. But I will say that the gear doesn't make the videographer or the photographer, but it sure does make your job easier sometimes, especially if you've surpassed the capabilities of your previous gear. I just got to that moment where this is something that I felt like I really needed, specifically for situations where I want to throw this 500mm lens on here and extend this out. So on this camera body, this is a 70-300 lens, and it's on an APS-C sensor, and I have a 1.4x teleconverter on it as well. So this is pretty much like a 500 to 600mm focal length right here. And if I put this on the other Sirui tripod, the smaller one, and I try to get a nice pan following the subject, there's no way to increase or reduce the amount of resistance and drag in that fluid head tripod. So the ability to do that in here with these knobs and really dial this in to where I'm getting the smoothest pan possible without any jitters, micro jitters, or anything like that is amazing. Because at the end of the day, nobody likes going back home and looking at your footage and you go, oh man, I thought it was pretty good, but it's a lot shakier than you think it is, and you have to stabilize it, and then you get warp effects on the outside of the images, or maybe you take it through another program. But with that being said, let me take this off. Boom. And I'll kind of show you guys how this spreader down here works. So you can take this midsection out completely, and now just like any other photo tripod, these legs will extend out all the way. You can drop this thing pretty much all the way to the ground. There's a couple inches between the ground and the ball head knob where you tighten it up. Another great feature they have on this is the feet. So the feet they put on here, you have your flat feet for inside or you know, working anywhere on a studio floor, so it helps the legs slide in and out real nice and easy. But if you're outside and you need to stick them in the ground, all you do is pull this off, and now you have spikes down here. Just go put it back on, just like that, bam, good to go. They have a handle back here that comes with the tripod, so you can lift it up right here instead of lifting the legs if you need to. The threads on this ball head knob are super smooth. I mean, with a couple of spins like this, you can take it off if you need to go and take this and put it on a slider. I mean, they're just super smooth. It's all very high quality, all metal, except for the carbon legs. So you really can't operate this thing without the middle stabilizer because it is so stout. But if you want that extra stability, I mean, you can pop it in real easy. There's a locking knob. And then when you want to unlock it, that's it, it's good to go. I don't know what else to say besides if you work in video and you've been questioning whether you need this tripod or not, I'll tell you that I think I hit a point where I needed it. Trying to pack it though, it does come in this big nice case. I fly a lot, so now I'm gonna have to get a bigger hard case that will accommodate this with my old Sirui tripod, and then I might even take my photo tripod still. But again, I just want to tell you how awesome this is. I mean, look at that. Just I mean, if that doesn't tell you, I don't know. The height on this thing, I'm about 5'9", and at the top of the mount, we're sitting about head height with me, so 5'8" or so. And when you're ready to pack up, and that's pretty much it. So is this tripod for you? I mean, it really just depends on what you're trying to do. If you're a photographer, this is really all you need. If you're an amateur videographer running gun, this will work fine for you. If you've gotten to the point to where every second counts and you need more stability, you need a higher payload, this is the tripod for you. I would say out of all the other expensive tripods that are $2+ grand, for 900 bucks, this is amazing. And I'm just so happy that I got it. If this video helped you guys out today, please subscribe to the channel, like, you know, I'll be creating some more stuff like this and other gear reviews and behind the scenes and short films and just little stuff here and there. You know, I'm creating whatever I want to create because I enjoy doing this. This video is not sponsored by Sirui, and I would just like to say, if Sirui is out there listening, if you could put this whole one-step system into a photo tripod, that would be awesome. Let's get rid of these 3-knob turning photo tripods, because I mean, if we got this technology, if it can fit into that, that would be great. A more lightweight, compact tripod for when I need to just set up for a still shot, that would be awesome. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Sirui tripod. on. One-step system with fluid head for $8.99. Don't mind if I do.